Welcome to our journey into the world of smart budgeting and financial freedom. As Warren Buffett wisely said, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. This simple yet profound advice from one of the world's most successful investors sets the tone for our adventure. In this video, we're going to explore not just how to manage your money, but how to make it work for you. Think of this as your roadmap to a brighter financial future, whether you're starting from scratch or looking to enhance your existing strategies. We'll dive into the secrets of budgeting without feeling restricted, uncover the mysteries of smart investing, and reveal how small changes can lead to big savings. You'll learn not only how to survive financially, but how to thrive. So buckle up. Whether you're dreaming of buying your first home, preparing for retirement, or simply want to get out of living paycheck to paycheck, this journey is for you. Let's turn those dreams into achievable goals, and those goals into reality. Ready to take control of your financial destiny? Let's get started. Chapter 1. Introduction to Budgeting. Let's talk about budgeting, a real game changer in managing money. Did you know, according to a survey by Bankrate, nearly 60% of Americans don't have a budget? Shocking, right? But here's the thing. Budgeting isn't just about tracking expenses, it's about taking control of your financial future. I remember when I first started budgeting, I felt like I was in a maze, not knowing where my money went. But after I got the hang of it, things changed. Now, I see budgeting as a roadmap for my money. It's about making choices that match what's important to you. Budgeting is like a fitness plan for your wallet. It helps you understand where you stand financially. It's not about cutting out all the fun. It's about finding a balance. Think of it this way. Every dollar has a job, whether it's for your rent, food, saving, or a little fun. Let's bust a myth. Budgeting is not just for those struggling with money. It's for everyone, even millionaires budget. In fact, self-made millionaires are known to keep meticulous budgets. It's a tool to build wealth, not just a lifeline in tough times. So, how do you start? First, just track where your money goes for a month. You'll be surprised at what you find. Small changes can make a big difference. Like, did you know by just making coffee at home, you could save hundreds each year? Remember, budgeting is not about restricting yourself. It's about making smart choices. And trust me, once you start, you'll wonder how you ever managed without it. Chapter 2. Setting Financial Goals. Setting financial goals is like starting an exciting journey. It's about deciding where you want to go. A Harvard business study found that people who have goals are 10 times more successful than those without goals. That's huge. When setting goals, be specific. Saying I want to save money is good, but saying I want to save $2,000 for a vacation is better. It's like telling your money exactly where to go. And always write your goals down. It makes them more real. One tip is to set both short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals are like stepping stones to the bigger ones. Maybe you want to save for a new laptop this year. That's a great short-term goal. A long-term goal might be buying a house. Remember, your goals should be realistic. It's great to aim high, but don't set yourself up for disappointment. Goals should be achievable. If you earn $3,000 a month, saving $2,500 a month might not be practical. Here's something cool. When you achieve a goal, celebrate. It keeps you motivated. A little treat for a job well done can make a big difference. Let's not forget about emergency funds. It's wise to have a safety net. Experts suggest having enough to cover at least 3 to 6 months of expenses. You never know when you might need it. In the end, setting financial goals is about taking charge of your future. It's exciting to think about what you can achieve. Dream big, set your goals, and take that first step. Your future self will thank you. Chapter 3. Tracking your spending. Ever wondered where all your money disappears to? Well, you're not alone. A study by OnePoll found that the average American spends $1,497 a month on non-essential items. That's a lot of cash slipping through the fingers. Tracking spending is like being a detective on your own money trail. Start by jotting down every penny you spend. Yes, even that $3 coffee counts. This might sound tedious, but it's eye-opening. After a month, you'll see patterns you never noticed before. Here's a tip. Use a simple app on your phone. There are tons out there, and many are free. They categorize your spending, so you see exactly what's eating up your budget. It's a real game changer. Did you know the little expenses add up fast? Like, if you buy a $5 sandwich every workday, that's about $100 a month. Seeing these numbers can be a wake-up call to make smarter choices. But here's the thing, don't just track, analyze, ask yourself, do I really need this? If the answer is no, maybe it's something to cut back on. This isn't about cutting out all fun, but about being mindful of your choices. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about your spending, the more control you have. And that's a powerful step towards financial freedom. Maturity 4. Creating a realistic budget. Creating a budget isn't about restricting yourself. It's about empowerment. Did you know that according to a survey by the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, only 41% of Americans use a budget? That means many are missing out on this powerful tool. Start by listing your income. That's your starting point. Then, list all your fixed expenses, like rent and car payments. These are non-negotiables. Next, add variable expenses like groceries and entertainment. These are areas where you have more flexibility. Here's a strategy. Use the 50-30-20 rule. It's simple. Spend 50% on needs, 30% on wants, and put 20% into savings. It's a balanced approach that covers all bases. But be realistic. If you love dining out, don't allocate just $10 a month to it. You'll only set yourself up for failure. Instead, find a balance that works for you. A cool fact, budgeting can actually make you happier. A study by the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who budget feel more in control and less anxious about their finances. That's something to smile about. One key thing, review your budget regularly. Life changes and so should your budget. Maybe you got a raise or your rent went up. Adjust your budget accordingly. Remember, your budget is a living document. It's there to serve you, not the other way around. Tailor it to fit your life and watch how it can transform your financial world. Chapter 5. Cutting unnecessary expenses. Cutting expenses doesn't mean you stop enjoying life. It's about being smart with your money. Surprisingly, a Gallup poll revealed that only 1/3 of Americans prepare a detailed household budget, including tracking expenses. That means many of you could be spending money on things we don't really need or even want. Start by looking at your subscriptions. Do you really watch all those streaming services? If not, it's time to say goodbye to a couple. This simple act can save you a surprising amount of money each month. Eating out is great, but it adds up. Did you know that the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports the average American household spends about $3,000 a year on dining out? Try cooking at home more often. Not only is it cheaper, but it's also healthier. Let's talk about impulse buys. They're a budget's worst enemy. A trick I use is the 24-hour rule. If I want something, I wait a day before buying it. Most of the time, the urge passes. Another big one is energy costs. Simple things like turning off lights, using energy-efficient bulbs, and unplugging electronics can reduce your monthly bills. Small changes, big savings. Remember, it's not about cutting everything out, it's about being mindful of where your money goes. Every dollar you save is a step closer to financial freedom. Chapter 6. Saving for Emergencies. Having an emergency fund is like having a safety net for your finances. You never know when life will throw a curveball. A Federal Reserve report found that 40% of Americans wouldn't be able to cover a $400 emergency expense without borrowing money. That's a wake-up call for all of us. Start small. Even saving $5 or $10 a week adds up over time. The key is consistency. Treat your emergency fund like a bill that must be paid each month. A good goal is to save enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. It sounds like a lot, but you'll be thankful for it if you ever need it. Imagine losing your job but having that cushion to fall back on. Where should you keep this fund? Somewhere easily accessible, but not too easy. A savings account is a good option. It's separate from your checking account, so you're less tempted to dip into it. Remember, this fund is for emergencies only. No, a sale at your favorite store doesn't count as an emergency. Be disciplined about what qualifies as an emergency. Building an emergency fund gives you peace of mind. It's reassuring to know that if something unexpected happens, you're prepared. Start building yours today. It's one of the best financial decisions you can make. Chapter 7: Smart Shopping Habits. Smart shopping is all about making your money stretch further. It's not about deprivation. It's about being clever with your cash. A survey by The Economist found that the average American family can save up to $1,500 a year just by being smart about grocery shopping. That's a lot of dough. First up, never go grocery shopping when you're hungry. It sounds funny, but it's true. Studies show you're likely to spend more. Make a list and stick to it. This keeps you focused and helps avoid impulse buys. Next, embrace coupons and sales, but be careful. Only buy what you need. It's not a bargain if it's something you wouldn't usually buy. Apps and websites are great for finding the best deals without having to scour through newspapers. Bulk buying can save you a bundle, especially for non-perishables or items you use often. However, don't buy in bulk if you don't have the space, or it might go to waste. That's not saving, that's wasting. Consider generic brands. Many are just as good as the big names, but at a fraction of the price. Did you know that by switching to store brands, you can save about 25% off your grocery bill? Lastly, track your spending even when shopping. It's easy to overspend at the store. Setting a budget for shopping trips can help keep your finances in check. Chapter 8: Tackling Debt. Debt can feel like a heavy weight, but it's not impossible to get rid of. The key is having a plan. Believe it or not, the average American has about $38,000 in personal debt, excluding home mortgages. That's a big number, but don't let it scare you. Start by understanding what you owe. Make a list of all your debts, including interest rates and minimum payments. This is your roadmap to becoming debt-free. Try the snowball method. Start with the smallest debt, pay it off, and then move to the next smallest. It's a method championed by financial experts like Dave Ramsey because it builds momentum and confidence. Alternatively, there's the avalanche method. Focus on the debt with the highest interest rate first. It can save you money in the long run. Choose the method that best suits your personality and financial situation. Make more than the minimum payments if you can. Even a little extra can shorten your debt timeline significantly. A study by creditcards.com found that paying just $10 extra per month can cut a year off your debt repayment. Remember, it's not about how fast you can pay off your debt, but about being consistent. Stick to your plan, and you'll see progress. It's a journey, but a rewarding one when you reach your destination, debt-free. Chapter 9: Investing in your future. Investing might sound complex, but it's a crucial step towards financial independence. Did you know, according to a report by the S&P Global, less than 50% of adults in the US invest in the stock market? That means many are missing out on a key wealth-building tool. First, let's debunk a myth. You don't need a lot of money to start investing. Thanks to modern technology, even small amounts can grow over time. Start with what you can afford, even if it's just a few dollars a week. Diversification is key. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different assets like stocks, bonds, and real estate. This reduces risk and improves the chance of better returns. Think long-term. Investing isn't about getting rich quick. It's about steady growth over time. The stock market, for example, has historically returned about 7% per year on average after inflation. Use tools like robo-advisors or investment apps. They make investing simple and accessible. These platforms can guide you based on your financial goals and risk tolerance. Remember, investing involves risk, but not investing carries a risk too. The risk of not reaching your financial goals. Educate yourself, start small, and stay committed. It's a journey that can lead to substantial rewards. Chapter 10. Maximizing your income. Maximizing your income is not just about working harder, it's about working smarter. Interestingly, a Pew Research Center study found that more than half of Americans have multiple income streams. Adding extra sources of income can be a game changer for your finances. First, consider asking for a raise at your current job. It might seem daunting, but remember, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. Prepare by highlighting your achievements and market research on typical salaries in your field. Side hustles are a popular way to boost income. It could be something you're passionate about or a skill you have. Think freelance writing, graphic design, or selling handmade crafts online. Investing in your education can also pay off. Sometimes the best way to increase your income is to upgrade your skills. Online courses and certifications can lead to promotions or better job opportunities. Don't overlook passive income streams. This could be from rental properties, dividend stocks, or even creating an online course. Passive income can provide a steady flow of cash with little ongoing effort. Remember, the goal is not just to earn more, but to use that extra income wisely. Pay off debts, save, invest, or fund your dream projects. More income means more options and a faster path to financial goals. Chapter 11. Planning for major expenses. Planning for major expenses is a critical step in financial planning. Whether it's buying a house, funding a wedding, or preparing for retirement, these big-ticket items need a strategy. Interestingly, a survey by Bankrate showed that only 40% of Americans would be able to cover a $1,000 emergency with savings. That highlights the need for better planning for major expenses. Start by defining what your major expense is. Be as specific as possible. For instance, if it's a home, what kind of house are you aiming for, and where? Specific goals are easier to plan for. Break down your goal into smaller, manageable parts. If you need $20,000 for a down payment in 4 years, that breaks down to about $417 per month. This makes your goals seem more attainable. Automate your savings for this goal. Set up a direct transfer to a savings account dedicated to this purpose. Automation makes the process seamless and ensures you stay on track. Consider opening a high-yield savings account or a certificate of deposit (CD) for this goal. These accounts often offer higher interest rates, helping your money grow faster. Remember to adjust your plan as needed. Life changes, and so might your goals or financial situation. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your plan is key to staying on track. Lastly, be patient. Saving for a major expense takes time. Stay focused on your goal, and remember why it's important to you. The satisfaction of reaching a significant financial milestone is worth the effort. Chapter 12. Conclusion and call to action. As we wrap up this journey, remember that financial freedom isn't a destination, but a continuous path. It's about making informed decisions with your money, regardless of how much you earn. A fascinating statistic from a Charles Schwab survey revealed that 3 in 5 Americans live paycheck to paycheck. This underscores the importance of the strategies we've discussed. Start by taking one small step today, whether it's tracking your expenses, setting a budget, or starting an emergency fund. The important thing is to begin. Small steps lead to big changes. Remember the power of consistency. Stick to your budget, keep saving, and stay on top of your financial goals. Consistency is the key to long-term success. Stay educated about your finances, read books, follow financial blogs, or even join a financial literacy workshop. The more you know, the better decisions you'll make. Don't be afraid to seek professional help if needed. A financial advisor can provide personalized advice based on your unique situation. Finally, remember that financial freedom is about more than just numbers. It's about the peace of mind and security it brings. It's about the ability to make choices that align with your values and aspirations. You have the tools and knowledge to take control of your finances. Now, it's up to you to take action. Here's to your financial success and a brighter, more secure future.